the secret to getting recruiting during the fall season. Don't tell anybody. Okay, you can tell everybody. I'm a college soccer guy. I'm here to help you play college soccer, and let's get into it. So, during the fall season, most people think that the recruiting process takes a break and you can't really do much. And I struggle with this concept because people call me, like you maybe will, and go, "Hey, Zev, like we'll work with you, after the fall season." And I'm like biting my teeth going like, "No, it'll be way too late. Like I won't be able to help you after the fall season because at that point decisions have already been made. Coaches already know what they want, and the fall season's when they mostly do all of their official visits. And if you wait until after that, the chance of you getting recruited just diminishes so much. Now, are there students that get recruited after the fall season? Of course. But I would say 60 to 80% of schools are done by December, which means fall season, 1 month, and for a couple of them are still playing in December, but most of them are not, are done by December. That's certainly the case, like for a fact, for all of the top Division 3 and top Division 1 schools. For some other schools that are on the lower ranks or NAIA or junior college, those can carry over through March and April. But that's pretty not maybe the situation you want to be in. So, in saying that, the fall season, how do you make the most of it? First of all, well before the fall season, you hopefully will have gone to some ID camps. You've had genuine interest. You got to go to college showcases. You've written your emails. I've discussed that in all my other videos. Now, at this point, you want to get an official visit during the fall, or you want to go to a game because that's a really great way to get recruited, and you want to watch them play. If you ask, and I did an interview recently with the former coach of Cal Poly San Luis Obispo, what his number one secret was for students, it was that you need to compliment or prove you've watched their style of play. If they're going to invest in you, he said, or if we're going to invest in you, we want to know you've watched us play. If you want us to watch you play, we want to know you watched us play. And that's really easy. Go on YouTube, go on ESPN Plus. There's tons of games there. It costs you 5 minutes, and you go do that. Now, going in person is a really good way to get recruited. So, per my usual videos, if you're a freshman or a sophomore, I want you going to games. Now, you're like, of course, I've been to Santa Clara, I've been to UCLA. Okay, you can go to those games, but unless, like, you're going to be playing for the youth national team at some point, you're not going to be playing at those schools. So if you only go to those games, it's not my suggestion to you. It's so much more powerful, especially early on, to go to the Division 3 games, then go to the Division 1 games. So if you can get interest from the Division 3 schools first, which is traditionally easier, you can then, one, guarantee that you'll have a place to play college soccer, and two, you can then, theoretically, in time, leverage that to play Division 1 or Division 2 college soccer. But if you just go straight for the D1s, it's like, I'm going to climb Mount Everest, and then you never get to the top, and you die, and then you don't even get to climb a mountain. Whereas if you go, I'm going to go to base camp first, see how I feel, then move up and up and up, you'll be much more likely to make it to the top. Same thing goes for college soccer. Okay, nobody's dying, so I don't mean to be that exaggerated. I don't want anyone to feel that. The point is that during the fall season, it's a really good time to get recruited. So my suggestion to you is in your email templates, the ask I want you to have starting in August is, "Dear coach, I want to give you an update. Here's my new attached every touch video. May I have permission to come to your game in the fall?" That's one option. Option number two, ask, "May I ask you which game you would prefer I attend?" Okay, so let's break down those asks. So first one, "May I have permission to come to your game?" It's smart to ask permission because you want to not only come to their game, you want to meet them if you can. And the coach will also often be like, "Yeah, absolutely. Like, we'd love to have you." First of all, it usually costs like $10 to go to the game, so it's a little bit of money in their pocket. But most of all, they're like, "Great, this kid really likes us, and we only want kids that really like our team because that's who we'll prioritize." So you're getting bonus points. The second question, which is why I kind of like it even more, is you're saying, which one should I come to? So now they may say to you, "You know what, you should actually come to this game because the opponent's going to be really good, and I have a little bit of time before the game to talk to you." Another one-on-one meeting. Think about one-on-one meetings like a mushroom in Mario. It's like such a good, or a star. It's actually more like a star, an invincible star. It's like so helpful for you in the recruiting process. So please try and get those meetings. You can get those meetings like we talked about already in showcases. Go check out that video. Or you can get these individual meetings at fall games. So we had a student in the past, and we'll be having it coming up here, where a student says, which game should I attend? And they'll say, you should come against Stanford because it's going to be a really good game. And actually, you know what? Before the game, why don't you come into the locker room? Yeah, if you're getting recruited, for sure they'll bring you into the locker room. That's what an official visit is. So that could totally happen. That happened to me at Cal Poly Los Obispo when I was on my official visit at Valpo. That happened with our other students. That's occurred. That's a great thing. And they wouldn't have ever done it if you didn't email them. So that's assuming you haven't had an official visit yet. You just want to set up a meeting. The other thing you can do is you could say to the coaches, Coach, I'm coming to your game on X date. Like, I'm coming. Whether you're going to be there, whether I can say hi to you or not, I'm going. Then the coach may say, oh, that's amazing. Why don't you stay after the game and let's have a brief conversation? Amazing. You don't think college coaches have to recruit during the fall season? Of course they do. And in a weird way, during the recruiting process, they're really, really busy recruiting. So it's hard to gain their attention. During the fall season, they've got practice. They're not traveling anymore other than to games, which is all done for them with admin. Then, for most of them, then they've got training and games. And once the game is happening, it's kind of like when teachers prepare for a test. That's the easy part, okay? Helping them study, creating worksheets. That's the part when the teacher has to do a lot of work, and that's kind of what practice is for coaches. But game day is a very relaxing day. Now their job is to make sure their team does what they said. So it can be a really good way to meet with coaches on game day. Now you have to ask permission, and you have to stay afterwards. Don't run onto the field and introduce yourself. Don't run on during the warm-up. Don't scream their name over by the fence. But hopefully prior to, you've had a little discussion. So I can tell you right now, because I'm filming this in June, our students are going to be going into the fall season. When they go into that fall season, what I'm going to have them do is text, because they've already gotten their cell phone numbers of these coaches, and say, Coach, I saw you're playing so-and-so. I'd love to come to the game. Would it be okay to say hi to you afterwards? Boom. Now they can say hi, develop a conversation. Maybe the coach says, you know what? Let's turn this into an official visit. Boom. Now they're much more likely to get recruited, which is awesome. Freaking awesome. Now let's talk about, as you're getting recruited, this fall season is key for official visits. So those examples I gave you are like how to basically force the issue to get an official visit, or at least create a relationship with them as a freshman, sophomore, junior, even as a senior. What about official visits? So we have a student right now. It's in the summer of June. He's already been offered an official visit at a Division II school. We have another student who's already been offered an official visit at a Division I school as a sophomore going into their junior year. This is very normal when you're doing the college soccer guy way and you're being proactive, because we're reaching out to realistic schools. We're contacting them with new video. We're doing what I'm describing to you guys. This is a great opportunity for you to get to know the school. Because remember, right now your headspace is, I want to get recruited by you. I want to get recruited by you. That's how your headspace is. Eventually, I don't want your headspace to be like that. I want your headspace to go, do I like you? Do I think this is the right school for me? It's time to switch it to them interviewing you and begging to be interviewed, to now I'm interviewing you. Now I'm going to decide if I like it here. And that's why coaches usually don't make offers before an official visit, because they want to make sure you like the school and they want to make sure they like you. So these official visits are really important, because you're going to stay with the guys. You're going to live with them. I'm going to make another video specifically on official visits. But during the fall season is a great time to get recruited. And that's basically my main message here, is the best way to get recruited during the fall season is if you do those asks in your emails leading up to the fall season in August, so that way you can set up meetings with them. And do not wait till your junior year. Do it freshman year with Division III schools. You can even do it technically with Division I schools. They're not allowed to recruit you, but you're allowed to say, "May come to your game." And this is a secret that I really want you to keep in mind, because I always save the best stuff for last in my videos, which is, if you go on the visit and you've met with the coach, not only do you have a repertoire with them that's really great, but guess what? There's 2 schools going. Okay, there's not just 1 school going, there's 2 schools going. So you could email both coaches, meet with both of them at the game. Yes, there's a nuanced way to do that, which I can help you with, because you don't want to piss anybody off. But look, they're shopping around for other players. You're allowed to shop around for other schools. That's normal. What if you could have a meeting with 2 coaches on the same day for $0 or $10 or whatever it costs you to get to the game? Oh my gosh, that'd be amazing. So go to the games in the fall. They will help you get recruited. I'm the College Soccer Guy. If you want more help, please schedule a call with me. That is the best way for me to help you. The description or the links below in the description, and I will talk to you soon. keep being proactive.